Hey guys, so today on this video, I'm going to show you guys the differences between the script and film from the short film The Dark Art that I wrote. Well, let's get to it. Number 1. Why Ethan shows up. In the final film, although Ethan's name isn't verbally spoken in the whole film, he is Jake's best friend. But when we first see him in the film, he shows up and says this.
I was just on my way to work and came by to check on you.
Now in my script, Ethan shows up because Jake drew a portrait of him just for fun, and he came by to get it. And then he originally says, "Hey Jay, I have an hour before going to work, so I'm here for my portrait." And then he notices the mess. Now in the final film, when he shows up and says, "I came to check on you," that isn't necessarily a bad thing, and it's simple, but I personally think that's kind of creepy. I mean, it could be just me, but if any one of my male friends showed up to my house and said to me,
I was just on my way to work and came by to check on you.
I literally would have been like,
"Get out of my house!"
Pack your things. Get out of my building.
I was just
You're fired!
Get out! Just get out! Get out of here! And never come back here until I call you.
but you decide which one you prefer. Number 2. The Snickers bar commercial reference. Now, in the final script, when Ethan comes over, he notices that Jake is pretty frustrated that he doesn't have any ideas for the art contest he's getting into. In the final film, he doesn't have the idea for the contest, but he wasn't frustrated from the stress of it. But in the script, when Ethan was able to calm him down a bit, he jokingly says, "I'd say you need a Snickers bar more than Marsha." He was jokingly referencing and comparing him to the hilarious Super Bowl Snickers bar commercial. If you don't know what that means, take a look.
Peter hit me on the nose with a football. I can't go to the dance like this.
Well, I'm sure it was an accident, sweetheart.
An eye for an eye. That's what Dad always says.
I never said that, honey.
Shut up! Time to teach Peter a lesson.
Marcia, eat a Snickers.
Why?
You get a little hostile when you're hungry. Better? Better.
Marcia.
You see? The character Marsha was all angry and frustrated about something, and when she takes a bite of a Snickers bar, she's all better. So that's why Ethan made that reference, because Jake was all angry and frustrated about something, and he makes that Marsha Snickers bar joke to him. But unfortunately, it's not in the film, and that's a real shame. Number 3. The store owner. Now, in the script, I technically pictured the store owner to be a bit more serious and not funny at all. And part of his personalities is where he calls people buddy. Now, in the final film, well, I honestly have no problem with this at all. The writing for the character was good by adding some humor into it. The actor, Michael Baker, was by far the best actor in this film. He was great. He nailed it, and this was far better than what I made him in the script because of him. So you know what? Give this man some acting roles. He's fantastic. Number 4. The monster's verbal language. Okay, well, this one is basically the same as how I wanted it to happen in the script. The monster had an untellable language. In the final film, it has that, but in a way I pictured it would be like from the natives from Peter Jackson's King Kong. Listen. You see? That's what I originally wanted in the final film when you see the monster for the first time, but she is basically saying "I love you" in reverse. Don't believe me? Watch. You see what I mean? I mean, that's not all that bad, but it doesn't feel real that much. But pick what you prefer. Now here are some bonus things that got changed from the script, but some of them happened for a good reason. Bonus 1. Now watch this part for yourself. Now, I didn't write that in the script at all. The idea was given to me, but I originally rejected it because I thought it was stupid. But at the same time, however, it does make sense for that to be in that store because the store owner is a warlock, so I'll give it that. Bonus 2. Now, in my script, I originally wanted to show a lot of black magic and voodoo things in an empty office or something. Now, that could have happened, but instead, it's filmed in a bathroom instead of an office. You see, one of the things about short filmmaking, with or without a budget, is that you gotta work with what you have. And that's what happened in this case. There was no office, so they had to use a bathroom. Now yes, although in the script, I wanted it to be in an office, but it's actually pretty funny that it's in the bathroom. So maybe I could let that slide. Bonus 3. Watch this part here. Now you see in the script, of course, is that I originally wanted it to be on the ground, but it turns out they weren't allowed to do that on the ground. So that's very understandable. Bonus 4. Now in this part right here where it still happened in both of the script and the film is that he was supposed to be watching something on that screen, but it turns out the place didn't have any Wi-Fi. So I can understand why that changed. Oh, by the way, he probably would have been watching my short school film, The Night Stalker. And now, bonus 5. Now the script itself was written around October or November, so I decided, hey, let's make this a Christmas themed horror film because it'll be finished before Christmas. Now the director knew what I was going with that, but he decided to just let it take place after Christmas. So that's why in the script it says holiday contest rather than just contest. And now, finally, the number one thing that is very different from the script. Number 5. Jake's character and personality. Okay, this is the big one right here. The character in the final film is somewhat pretty different than the one in the script with his personality and attitude.
No shit.
Let me put it this way. It's like comparing nerdy Peter Parker and young John Connor. Those two characters are very, very different from each other. You see, in the script, I get that he probably didn't have a bigger personality or something, but I at least want him to be a bit nerdy and a bit of a geek who is smart and swears, but still have a good heart. In the final film, however, he swears and he still has some of the dialogue I gave him, but isn't what I want it to be. I mean, I really don't understand why this had to be changed at all.
We could go by there. No shit. You wanna go?
I'm ready. How much was it?
Yeah, give me $100.
You know our landlord. Think about your rent. Think about my rent. You're subletting from me.
I mean, it was fine the way it is, but I don't know. Well guys, that was it. I hope you guys loved this video, and I'm sorry it took so long for me to make this video. Please subscribe to my channel by clicking that bell, and I will see all of you guys in another video. Stay tuned for more videos pretty soon. Well, take care.